first thing I want to do is you're stacking your light courses. So give that piano a shove this way. Good. Okay. So what I want you to do is just move out, move back a little bit. Just give yourself a little more space, so that you're actually not physically bumping each other. One step back. Ignore that person there. Okay, good. Just give it. And one of the things is in any performance space you're in, if you really are in a smaller stage area, then I would think about kind of alternating forward, back, so that you're just not trying to sing like that. I just kind of wanted to open you up. There are lots of, you're doing so many things right. Really enjoyed it. But there are a couple of just little things to think about. So I want to just do the opening. The first thing that I noticed was there's this kind of sort of disconnect between this lovely tone you have in the very first vowel, and that I think this could be more elegant. Everybody said, con. Now, not quite too much AH, because it's not con like you're going to con somebody, but the idea of just getting a little bit of that, so it's not so much can. And it really stood out because the lusher your sound gets, and the more every time you have kind of an aberrant vowel, that it sticks right out. So let's see if we can just make that vowel a little more elegant at the front. Can you hear the prayer of the children? Okay, now, there are points, and this is just one illustration. If you're going to put the bird's eye, put that fermata on that shape, take some time on it. And then, what do you do? The voice of the children, and what happens on that children? You split, and what happens at the very end of the phrase? And what's the interval that you're saying? It's a second. It's a crunch. Love it. Love the crunch. And just get there and just kind of hold it for a second. Hold it for a second. Milk some of these points that you hit. Because sometimes that you kind of get it into sort of a sing-songy sort of thing. And these are things that when you go into rehearsal, you think these things out going, because you don't want to get into that habitually just stalling every time. But you go, I like this cadence. We're going to sit on it. And maybe this one at the opening might be one that you don't need to rush through this. Farther into it, you're going to have to get on. So the other place I want to hit, let's take the whole ending, starting with woe, do stuff on page 6. Your pitch that I have as a starting pitch there is an A. Bum. Now we're oriented. Is that your real fortissimo? No. Let's hear it. Now, when you do this fortissimo, don't break a sweat. It's not rockets. It's just you're going to blow them out of the room. So let's do it. There's no, you just stop that for a second. Now keep going.
Softly please.
I want you to do here. I want you to paint these words. Guns and hate, which means you're going to put just a little bit of extra spit on those. Right there, right there. I guess, can you hear, ladies? Nice contrast there. Go ahead.
Can you hear the voice of the children softly pleading for silence in their shattered world? Angry guns preach a gospel.
Okay, I want preach. I want that word there too. You've got some good consonants and good word painting. You need to do it. Right there, angry guns, right there. You're good enough, you can just nail it. Here we go.
Angry guns preach a gospel full of hate, blood of the
Okay, blood, blood. Don't cast that word off. One more time, same place.
Angry guns preach a gospel full of hate, blood of the innocent on their hands, crying, "Who will have me?"
Okay, now we don't have much time, but I want to. We're out of time, but that's okay. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Full of hate. Every one of these, you've got to. There's nothing here that you. Not one of these consonants that you don't want to paint. And then the contrast of blood of the innocent on their hands. But the next thing, they've got it marked fortissimo. Crying. Make that fortissimo. And it is sempre fortissimo. Through the darkness clears, and I know you're near. Hang that, and then it is subito, immediately. But if you gave it up on the first performance, you start come down, come down, come down. You gave up the energy. So let's do that, and then I'll let you go. But I want to hear this from Angry Guns, and you got to sell it. And the way you do it, there's no expression in vowels. It's all in the consonants. And then you need the contrast first on from preach the gospel of hate, blood of the innocent on their hand, crying. And then it's sempre fortissimo. Right there, Angry Guns.
Angry guns preach a gospel full of hate, blood of the innocent on their hands, crying, "Who will have me to fill the sun again?"
Okay, you got to keep the consonants there. Help, feel, fortissimo. All right, we've got to be done here. Thank you for a great performance.